Hey guys, Giggity DFS come back with another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down the NBA slate for today, Wednesday, February 12th. And it is an 11-game slate. But before we get into it, we're going to go ahead and look at the winning lineup from the single entry tournament that I played last night. And obviously I'll show my lineup too, but Westbrook was good. But the first place lineup was Satoransky, which had a very, very nice game. Levine, who had 63 points in essentially 3 quarters. He played 6 minutes in the first quarter, didn't touch the ball once, and went off for 63. Thank you, Washington. Richardson was a great play. He was 3,800 after his injuries and everything. He got the starting role. I threw him in, and 33 in a flame. The Marcus Outridge, I should have seen coming. 51 points. He was 50% owned. It was a key piece for this lineup. He had Hassan Whiteside at 41 points. Chris Paul, Zion with his first game over 40 points this year, and Derek White, which scored 37 points at 4K. I had Lillard, Forbes, Richardson, Hutchinson, Whiteside, Westbrook, which was nice, Lonnie Walker, who was 44% owned, and McCollum. Did not work out too well for me, but we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We're just going to go into this and look at this. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into today's game. We're going to go game by game. It's 11-game slate. If you guys enjoy the video or get anything out of it, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're trying to hit 3K subscribers again. I reached it a little while, like a couple months, like basically a year ago. I hit it, and I went down once the game that I played ended. So if we could try to get the 3K subscribers again, that'd be fantastic. Go ahead and subscribe, share out the video. Without further ado, let's get into it and start off with a ugly game in the Detroit Pistons and the Orlando Magic. We'll start off with the Pistons side. Derrick Rose is questionable for today. If he plays, I don't have much interest in him. I don't have much interest in a good chunk of the team if Rose is in. If Rose is out, Reggie Jackson, Bruce Brown would be good plays. Per usual, 6,300 for Jackson, 55 for Brown. I do like that. Malakoff, probably, I think it's going to be out tonight. He's just questionable at the moment. Let's go and check that real quick. He's currently probable. Sorry, switched since the last time I looked. So he's probable. 3,400. I do like that play for value. I did not see that earlier, so he's not currently in my lineup that I'll show you later. But if he is in, that is definitely a value play I want to go to. Snell, I'm not really interested in. Morris is back, so maybe. Christian Wood is probably my favorite play from the Detroit Pistons today at 7,100. I'm not getting to him necessarily, but he is, because this game is just ugly in general. In an 11-game slate, you don't have to go there. But he'll probably be my favorite play. On the Orlando side, Marcel Fultz at 5,900 is a meh play. He's going to get a little bit more minutes with Augustine out. Foreigner at 6K, Ross at 5.1. They're sort of filler plays. I'm not getting to him today. Gordon, same deal. If you're playing 150, it's a filler play. Ken Birch might be a interesting play at 3K. If he is starting, that is a very, very nice piece for value. And Vucevic at 9K, a little bit high against the Detroit Pistons, which is a slow-paced team, along with the Orlando Magic, that's a slow-paced team. And with the other players on the slate, I am not necessarily getting to Vucevic today. So that's pretty much that for that game. Let's go ahead and jump over to Atlanta and Cleveland. Start off with the Atlanta side. Trae Young at 10-4 is probably my favorite pay-up option for today against Cleveland. Just his ownership will probably be low enough to the point where he'll be worth it. And I do feel like he's not on a back-to-back anymore, so it's going to be a little bit better of a position for him against the Cavaliers team who's not good defensively. Hunter is going to be an interesting play at 6,200. I'm not sure if I want to get to him. He might be a little bit expensive today. And John Collins at 91 is pretty much the same deal as Vucevic. He's a little bit expensive, and there's better options on the slate today. Another player that I am getting to at the moment is Dewayne Dedmon at 4,700. He's been getting a good chunk of minutes lately, and I do think that's going to keep up today. On the Cavaliers side, Garland at 4,700 and Sexton at 62 are interesting plays today. I did not get to either of one of them, but once again, I'm on a single entry. I would have them in my player pool. It is a decent spot for them, so I definitely would be interested. If I was playing 150, they'd probably get about 10-15%. Kevin Porter Jr. is a meh option. C.D. Osman, I'm not getting to. Kevin Love is questionable, leaning towards not playing. If he does not play, Nance is in a fantastic spot today. But if Love plays, I'm not really interested in it. Andre Drummond, I do like a little bit. I feel like he is another one of the Vucevic and Collins plays where it's a little bit expensive and there's plenty of centers to go around today. Karl-Anthony Towns is a nice center to go to. Jokic will be an interesting spot. Davis will be an interesting spot. I just feel like with the higher up centers are going to be a little bit more appealing than Drummond. He probably won't get too much ownership on a 11-game slate, so if you want to get to him, go ahead. That's pretty much it for this game. Washington and New York. Washington was still with a thin point guard position. Ish Smith could be a nice value play if nothing else opens up today. Along with Shabazz Napier, could be an interesting play. Bradley Beal is a pay-up option. He's probably like my 4th or 5th favorite pay-up option. Not really too interested in going there in a single entry lineup. Troy Brown's going to be probably way too high owned. Not really interested in Bonga. This whole entire just Washington team, maybe Ema Himni might be a good value option. But this whole entire Washington team is just a mesh. There's so many healthy players now. And there's going to be so many different players getting minutes. Not really too interested in anybody from the Washington Wizards. On the other side, the New York Knicks going up against Washington is a little bit more of an appealing spot. Peyton at 7,500 is a decent semi-pay-up option. He has been not paying off his price lately, but going up against Washington, anything is possible. He is he is in a pace-up spot, so I do think he will be able to pay off his price today. But 7,500, I'm not getting to it at the moment. I might when more value opens up later. Bullock is another interesting spot, but basically the only two players I like from this game are Peyton and Julius Randle. Julius Randle is 8,600 at a power forward spot. And I do think, is he center? No, he's not. Oh yeah, he is center eligible still. 8,600 for your center spot. I would definitely try to get there. If more value opens up, I am going to get there for myself. But there is a lot of other players that I'm going to be locking in today. So I'm not really getting too much of this game as well. Next game I am getting to. At the moment, I think I have 3 players from this game. Eric Bledsoe is one of them. With Giannis out, I'm liking Bledsoe, and I am liking Middleton. They're going to be extremely high owned. Don't care. Those are going to be key spots because they're going to be running the offense, especially Bledsoe at 7,700. They're going to be running the offense. I do like the positions they are in. Danny DaVincio is going to get a little bit more run. Could be another interesting spot there. Wesley Matthews is hit or miss. I'm not really interested in that. Ersan Ilyasova is up to 4,800. Maybe I get there, but I'm not necessarily going there. Brook Lopez 5,800 in the center role. I probably won't get there as well, but that would definitely be in a player pool for 150 lineups. And on the Indiana side, the only player I have is Victor Oladipo, just because he's 4,800 and he is currently filler value. Brogdon 6,700. I just have not gone to any of these Indiana players since Oladipo has come back, just because now the whole usage is split, and it's just not worth getting to him. Sabonis at 9,800 is not a price I want to be paying for him. I don't really like him in this situation. Could he go off for 50 points? Sure, he could, but I'm not going to be getting to him at 9,800. Lamb 5K, not really too interested. The only person I have at the moment for this Indiana team is Oladipo for filler value, because I do build my lineup in the morning and slowly build it over the rest of the day. So, next game, Toronto and Brooklyn. Irving remains out. Dinwiddie's 7,800. LeVert 6,600. I'll probably try to get to LeVert later in the day. He has been playing very, very well lately. Besides yesterday, but that was not a good day for him. He got 51 against Toronto the last time they played. So I could definitely see him going and doing the same thing or close to it today. So I would definitely go LeVert and then Dinwiddie for the Brooklyn side. I'm not really interested in anything else from it. But onto the Raptors side, Lowry and Van Vliet, both healthy. Definitely going to be interested in going over there if I have the cap space. I do not have them in right now. OG Anunoby is priced up a little bit after the last game. Powell is still out. Ibaka, he's currently questionable. I'm not really sure. Is he going to be listed as questionable? So if Ibaka is out, I can see myself going back to OG. I could see myself going back to Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, depending on who gets the start. OG is probably going to be my better option there. Pascal Siakam is also a priority if Ibaka is out. That's pretty much it for this game. Going through it a little bit quick because it is 11-game slate. I don't want to make this a 40-minute video. Hornets and T-Wolves. This one's going to have a lot of ownership to it. We'll start on the side that does not have much. Graham and Rozier would be the only two players that are anywhere interesting to me. And I would rather get Rozier. I would not be getting them in abundance. And other than those two, Washington at 4,400 is in a decent spot. Not really interested in anybody else from that Charlotte Hornets team. They play at a very, very slow pace. No, thank you. Minnesota Timberwolves. Russell will be playing today, so 8,300 could be a good price for him if you want to try to get him into 15% of your lineups. McCollum, Beasley, Okogie, and Hernan Gomez are going to be getting at least 15 to 20% ownership. What was it? Oh, and Johnson. Johnson, they said, is going to be getting around 40% ownership today for some reason. Don't have interest in there. It's just not guaranteed, not locked in, so I'm not really interested in there. Karl-Anthony Towns is probably the best center of the day. Because quite frankly, he is the offense. Him and Russell will be the offense. And I feel like Karl-Anthony Towns will have a big game today. I do not currently have him in my lineup. When more value opens up, he will be making his way into my lineup. But Karl-Anthony Towns is probably my favorite play from this game, along with Hernangomez. I do like Hernangomez today. He is in my lineup, so go from there. Next game is Portland and Memphis. The Portland Trailblazers. I like Lillard. I do not have him yet. I don't think I'll get to him today. CJ McCollum 6,800 is a nice price for a shooting guard. Minutes have been up. Could go there later on in the day. Trevor Ariza 4,500, nice value play. I don't have him at the moment. Once again, there's a bunch of players that I could be flipping in and out of my lineup, so I'll be telling you which ones. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. Carmelo Anthony, not really interested in. Hassan Whiteside 8,400 is a more than viable center. I don't think I'm going to get too much from this Portland side, just because there's better value and better plays elsewhere. But Dame, McCollum, and Whiteside will definitely be in the picture. Moran, after his best game of the year, at 7,500, not interested there. He was against a extremely high-paced Washington Wizards team. Not really interested in him anymore after today. Brooks, absolute shit the bed. Not really last game at 50% ownership. Not really interested in him today against the Portland Trailblazers. If I would say, I think the only player I would be interested in is Valanciunas at 7,300. His price has gone down, which is very nice. Other than that, I'm not really interested in anybody from this Memphis side. So top plays from this game would probably be Whiteside and McCollum, and then Valanciunas. That's pretty much it. Sacramento and Dallas. Fox is always a decent choice at 7,700. I'd like that price. Buddy Hield 65 and Bogdanovich 51 will be basically the only plays I get from the Kings today. Maybe Bjelica if nothing else opens up. But Fox is a decent choice. Probably my favorite play from the Kings. From the Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic should be available tonight. Not interested in it. And the main reason is he's probably going to have a minutes restriction. And he's just coming off an injury at home against the Kings. Not too interested in him because he's probably going to be on a little bit of a minutes restriction because he did have an ankle injury. But the only play, Porzingis could be a decent option today, but that's only if he starts in the 5. Willie Cauley-Stein would be a value play today if he starts, but he would only start in the 5 as well. So I do think it would be, if Willie Cauley-Stein gets the start, Porzingis will be starting in the 4, but I wouldn't like Porzingis in the 4 as much. Willie Cauley-Stein in the 5 is definitely an option for me. Other than that, all the other players are still priced up from when Luka went out, so I'm not really too interested in that. 3 games left, and this one is a rather unappealing game. Miami and Utah. Butler, 8K. I mean, it is always a viable option. You could always have a high upside game, but there's other point guards that I'd rather get to. One in the next game that I'm going to talk about. Mitchell, 7,300. Is a interesting play as well from this game. Other than that, I don't want to get to Bam today at 7,800 because just not a good matchup for him, especially going up against Rudy Gobert. And I rather not get too much of this game. It's probably going to be a very low-scoring game. Gordon Dragic, 5,700 could be a play it could be a GPP play if you really wanted to get there. Clarkson has been shooting the lights out, so maybe Clarkson. But other than that, don't really have much interest in this game because I have a little bit more into this game. From not from the Golden State side, obviously. Kai Bowman, 4K, meh. He's gonna be getting the minutes, so if you want to get to him, sure. Lee at 5,200 should be your main player that you want to get to from the Golden State if you wanted to get to Golden State. Andrew Wiggins I do not like, only because he by himself isn't like when he has nobody else good on the team to take usage, he is not good because he will get primarily the good defending, and I prefer not to get there. So if I would play somebody from the Warriors, Lee, and maybe Bowman. That's pretty much it. On the Suns side comes one of my favorite plays, is Devin Booker, 8,400 going up against a Warriors team. I do like Booker a lot. I will be switching up my lineup and getting to him today. Kelly Oubre is another good spot to go to, if you want to get there. DeAndre Ayton will most likely be out. Baines out. Kaminsky out. So Diallo, I could definitely see Diallo getting upwards of 40 minutes if Ayton is out. That is a lock right there if that's the case. I really do like Chuck Diallo. Even at 5K, he'll be playing a lot of minutes. And if Ayton is out, which he most likely will be, Johnson will be a very nice value play. He'll be having a lot more upside with the rebounds. Don't expect him to get 30 points. He'll probably get you a nice 20, 22 if he gets a start. But I'm not nothing really else from this game. It'll take us to the nightcap, and I'm excited to watch this one myself, being a Denver Nuggets fan. Los Angeles Lakers at the Denver Nuggets. There's a two-game spread between the Denver Nuggets. No, 3 games, sorry. If Denver wins, it's 2 games. Okay, 3-game spread between the Lakers and the Nuggets for the first spot in the West. LeBron James at 10-6 is a decent play today. Denver's defense has not been playing the greatest lately, but I definitely, with Paul Millsap back, it'll definitely be a little bit more of a challenge for the 2 big men in LA. The only other viable option for the Lakers is Anthony Davis. If you wanted to go for a GPP flyer in Green or Bradley, be my guest. Rondo has also been interesting lately as well. But nobody on the Denver side is over 6% owned, and I think the highest is like 15 or something for LeBron. So this game is not going to be super, super high owned on an 11-game slate. But on the other side, Jamal Murray is the highest owned Denver player at 6% ownership. Could be interesting to get to. Craig and Harris are also very, very low owned and could be very appealing spots as well. Craig, especially with Barton and Porter still out, could be getting some more minutes in the small forward spot. Millsap, 5,400, I like. I have him in my lineup at the moment. Grant at 4,300 will still be getting some minutes. And I could be interested in that as well. And Nikola Jokic at 10-1. He's projected 4% ownership, so if you are interested in, if that's where you want to go, I don't see a problem with going to Jokic today, especially how well he's been playing lately. I'll probably get to a good chunk of Denver players today. That is pretty much it for this 11-game slate. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Comment down who is your top play of the day. See if anybody can get it right down in the comment section below. And that'll do it for today's video. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.